Hola, hola, bienvenidos a EsperanzaVence, donde la Esperanza vence. Welcome to EsperanzaVence, where hope wins. Looky what we got here today. For our Synchronicity Oracle card, we got the World. As most of us who have been following KWIK HIT's Tarot, if you've never been here, welcome. Bienvenidos. Thank you for joining in. Please let me know in the comments how you found this video. Thank you for everybody that returns. Remember how the World card is also a card in the tarot deck. And in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the World signifies a culmination of a cycle. It signifies getting your just desserts. It signifies, feeling good about things and feeling like you're ready to level up or graduate up to your next glow up, as they say. In this oracle deck, the World, I think, is representative of probably the World Cup, probably feeling like we're the kings and queens of the world, It's all about us today. All right, let's stay tuned and see what our KWIK HITs Tarot has to say. Oh, just kidding. If the World was our Synchronicity Oracle card, and I believe that we should bear in mind, our positive impact on the wider world, okay, and that our spiritual work is making a positive impact upon the world at large. But in our personal lives, on a granular level, looking at this KWIK HITs Tarot for today, ooh wee oo. I love me some Four of Swords, but not reversed. The only upright card we have in this reading today is the Seven of Swords. Let's go card by card and just tell it like it is. So with the Five of Wands, reversed wands, remember, in the tarot represents our fire energy. It represents our energy to get situations started, and it also represents our ability to channel our fire appropriately so that what we get started keeps going. As anybody knows, when you start a fire, you got to tend to it. If you have a candle, you need to attend to it. Okay, so if there's a huge fire, if there's too much fire, we got to figure out how to contain it. Okay, so with the Five of Wands, we have 5 characters, and they all have their wands. They all have their matches. They want to get a certain type of fire lit, maybe make a bonfire, or a campfire, but they can't seem to get it together. They can't seem to cooperate. Even though everybody has the fire element that is necessary for this success for all 5 of them, nobody can decide the way that things need to get done. With the Seven of Swords upright, there could be some factor of somebody trying to get away with something, and or somebody getting out of a hairy situation just in the nick of time. The Seven of Swords upright is always my nick of time card. And a lot of people read this card as being like a lying, cheating, stealing, kind of like underhanded card. But I also read this card as being clever enough to know when to cut ties and take what you can and get the heck out of Dodge, And Four of Swords reversed is not getting proper rest, not being able to rest, not being able to snooze on these situations. You got to stay, stay woke, not woke, but stay alert, stay awake. Four of Swords reversed is just like no rest for the wicked. Like, we can't let our shields down for 1 second with this energy afoot. Even though things might seem like warm and fuzzy, like for example, in the mundane element, this reading could say something about things feeling warm and fuzzy around the World Cup, people coming together, people having some fun and, you know, snacks and everything like that coming together. But on a more granular level, we could be dealing with a lot of like magical wands being shifted towards the downside, somebody trying to sneak away with somebody or something, and at least someone's trying to. Seven of Swords too, that's like it reminds me of somebody who has like a hoarding mindset. Like they need everything for them. They only leave behind what they dropped. Like they gathered up everything that they could. And I don't know if when they get back to their own battlefield that they're going to just spread these swords for everybody to have one so that everybody's protected. I guess it's going to be determined. Why don't you let me know if and when these energies show up for you? And we'll talk about it in the comments. Let's see what the astrology picture looks like. Well, the sun is one of my favorite stars, and the sun is the star of the chart today. Ooh-wee, making that sextile to the south node and the ongoing trine with the north node. Now, this is in play pretty much, for a few days here, and it'll reverberate out. But with the sun in these newer degrees of the Cancerian zodiac, I just love this sort of shift in energy. Again, we still have Mercury and Mars making that sextile aspect, and Jupiter is pretty much in play with a sextile aspect to Mars as well, sort of amplifying the Mars need to get things done on Earth in practical, tenable ways. Mars is conjunct with Algol today, so people could definitely be losing their heads, losing their freaking minds, getting angry or frustrated or empowered to do things right here on Earth. Of course, we have the moon over here making a square aspect to Mercury and moving into a square aspect with Jupiter. And, our emotions and our relationships, especially on the home front, with this being in the fourth house of this chart, it might be really difficult to communicate appropriately with our loved ones. Give some grace to people that just are unaware of themselves. I'd say that's all I want to say for today, because a lot of this is, very similar to what we were looking at yesterday. Venus and Saturn are starting to get along a little bit better as Venus moves into the fuller degrees of Leo. She should be exactly trine with Saturn later on today, tomorrow. So we'll look at the chart then and talk about it. Love you.